Hello Libras! Hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, how are you, my dear Libras? It's so good to have you here. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have been here and are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you. Libra. What I was given for you is the song by the Goo Goo Dolls, Iris, I think it's called, and it's when everything's meant to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. So there may be something in those lyrics for you, okay? What I was feeling with that song, because I actually had to look it up, I thought it was by Lighthouse at first, but then come to find out it was by the Goo Goo Dolls, and I immediately felt it like in my heart. So something resonated and I was like, uh-oh, if you're like in a bit of a rough spot, then those things could easily like push you over the edge. I want to say, if that's what you want, if that's what is your intention, so you can have a good cry, go right ahead. But if that's not what you want, I recommend staying away from those types of songs that will, you know, that will dig yourself in even further. I want to say, we're going to have a look at your current situation, the higher view over your situation, and what you can do to help yourself. Okay, Libra, let's get started. What's going on with my dear Libra, spiritually connected Libras right now? Thank you so much. There could be a breakup that's imminent, or, you know, walking away from a job or a location, something like that. See how it's like split into two piles, and I'm not doing this, like that's happening. And we have the Eight of Cups here too. Let me just get some air in, because it was funny too, because the I burned sage earlier and it's still here, and after I was done like saging this space and myself, it just kept burning. So there's something in it, just keeps cleansing, and it's still in the air, and I have a hard time breathing over here. So there's something within that as well to, you know, air it out in a way, if you will. That's interesting. More? No. Okay, so we'll stop shuffling and see what's happening. I really feel we have two piles here, and we have two different situations. This is Libra, yes. This is the other, yes. Okay, so this one, yes. This one, yes. With the best intentions is what I just heard. This one, yes. With the best intentions is what I just heard. You started this relationship or this job. This one, yes. Interesting. This one, no. This one, yes. That is so funny, because like I may have done like a Celtic cross once, so something very traditional, but other than that, like I pretty much gotten into laying out the cards however they want to be laid out. But this kind of like looks to me like a Celtic cross type of a situation. So thinking things must be one way because they've always been done that way, like traditionally. But then they turn out to be something else. This is like the first thing I'm getting for your side here. This one, yes. This one, yes. Oh, yeah. There's definitely like a heartbreak on the other side as well. This one, yes. Okay. This is definitely like a relationship reading, I want to say. It could also be like a career type of a thing. This one, no. This one, yes. This one, no. This one, yes. Just so you're aware, and just so you know what's going on type of a thing. There's always like, or could be surprises too, like from spirit, but we'll see. I find it very interesting that it wants to come out in the same way. I also see like a mirroring image here. You must have entered the relationship or the job, but I really feel like relationship. So with the intention of love, with good intention, because you have the Two of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. You may have thought you may have found your person, so really coming from the love side. Over here, like from the other, we're getting the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So different motives, I want to say, to enter the relationship. Over here, it's like more on the security side, I want to say. So more on the monetary side, possibly, but rather entering the relationship also traditionally because of the feeling of being taken care of for the feeling that's just what you do, for the feeling of, it's a different type of a approach here, I want to say, but it's no less, none of these is dishonest or anything like that. I'm not getting that. It's just different types of motives of coming together. And if this is a business relationship, then you're doing it for the out of passion, and you soon come to find out that that's not the case over here, that this company or this other that you started to work with is rather in it because they want to make money. And yeah, that's okay. Like both sides are okay, right? It's just different motives, and it's good to know. With the Eight of Cups, I'm getting like the walking away, walking out of the situation. Now they may have started with passion, but soon realized that they're not getting what they want out of the relationship. So they could have started to leave, even if not physically, but they could have started to walk out of the relationship way sooner than you, because you were really in it for the passion, for the love, here for the love of things, and you could have tried to hold on to the situation when the other already said, okay, this is probably not for me. I'm not sure if I want to continue this, but it doesn't mean that they actually walked away straight away. It could have been that they stayed there for a little bit longer. We'll see as we continue, okay? This one, yeah. Moving on to this one. Now the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is winning the battle but losing the war. It's mental. So there could have been arguments where none of you, was gaining any sort of a victory. Same with the workplace situation that we got here going on simultaneously, where it's just like, when you have opposing views about values or about the world, then that's just what's bound to happen. If I had Two of Cups is very clear. If I had Ace of Pentacles is very clear. Yes, of course there would have been arguments as well, because the longer you're with someone, it's just bound to happen, and it's an opportunity to get to know each other like on a deeper level. It doesn't look to me like this one over here wants to do that though. I kind of feel like the ability from over you here, Libra, to you would have been willing to do this, you would have been open for it, but this side over here just does not want to go deeper, but there's still pain, you see. With the Three of Swords, there's like a huge amount of pain, and this goes for the working situation too. Let's say you have a boss here or someone you're working with. The underlying emotion is pain, is heartbreak, is abandonment, which caused them then to go into an opposite kind of it's like two sides of the same coin, really, where they're in pain, where their heart is broken, but what they're showing you may be something completely different, right? Versus with you over here with the Four of Swords, you seem to have healed that heartbreak. Your heart seems to be opening more and more, I want to say, or is ready to open anyways. This is an interesting energy. I'm also getting root chakra energy. So you're drawing your sense of security, your sense of stability from another point, I want to say, with regards to them. Sorry, I have to close it again. It's getting too loud. Give me a second, please. Here we go. So, sorry about that. So, with regards to security, you seem to find that, like within your root chakra, there's a certain trust in life or in yourself and your own abilities, that you can just do certain things, and that one over here doesn't have that. Hence, they're looking for that stability on the outside. They're looking for it when it comes to monetary things. That's what they're looking at, but the underlying emotions is very similar in the both of you. And this is so interesting, Libra, because it may not seem, that's why I said two sides of the same coin, because it may not appear like it's the same underlying issue that you two have. Maybe it is abandonment issues, but you're dealing with it differently. It's much like being hurt in childhood and deciding to be a narcissist, or I don't even know if that can be decided, to be honest with you, or to become like a really strong empath. And I think we're born into these roles actually, but who knows? Like, I'm not 100% stable in those beliefs. I'm not entirely sure how this works, or when it starts to flip, or if we even have a choice, or if that's decided upon before we come here. And I'm not saying either one of you here is a narcissist. I'm just trying to explain dealing with different situations there was a choice point here, and you both choose to go in a different direction. And you seem to be more healed when it comes to this particular issue than the other person is, because they're still in their heartbreak, but because they're walking away, they choose not to deal with it at this time. Versus, I feel like you have healed a lot of it, possibly also during the relationship, or you have addressed it, or you're willing to address it on some level. Okay, and with them, childhood related, exactly, that kind of like flowed into this without even me going into the Six of Cups here, because it denotes to something that has happened like in the past here, Libra, for the other person. It's something that pops up. It could also be talking about past lives, how you were meant to come together to have this tapping in point. So I'm getting very much like a karmic relationship. So something that wants to be solved, or that wants to be looked at least once in this lifetime. Yeah, okay, I just tapped in because I know that we're already over time, like a little bit, but we'll finish it because I just asked, should we finish? And they said yes. So that's what we're going to do. We interpret this last card here too. You have the Fool and they have the Two of Pentacles. On their side, I feel there's a lot more balance that is required here, and they would have to find this. This is actually between work and enjoyment, like to find the balance here. But I also feel within them, and to find that stability within them, so they would no longer go on the outside and looking for it, because they have it. They just need to find it. They were looking in the wrong place, is what I want to say here. Wrong place, quote unquote. Okay, with you, I see you starting something new here with the Fool. And it's funny too, because again, this card is like so free, so carefree, I want to say. And it doesn't really matter what you're taking with you. I'm almost getting the sense you would like to give them like part of your wealth, or part of what you have learned. You would have liked to pass that on, or you might have passed some of that on already to the other person. Because you know you can make it anywhere, kind of a feeling is what I'm getting with this. And here we go. Here we have that innate trust, that trust that we're born with, if it isn't destroyed like along the way, that trust, that pre-trust, I don't know how to say this, like the trust, that innate trust that we're all born with. And it looks like to me you're off to new things. You're off to something else. Something else. And we do not know what that something else is yet. We'll have a look into this. Any more cards for now? No. Okay, so we'll have a look into this and take this over to Patreon if you're interested. It's $11.11 a month. And yeah, it's not just good for this reading, but for any reading created within that month, and for any reading created up until this point. Patreon finally unlocked a really cool feature, which I really missed, which YouTube has, which is categories. So you can make collections, which is what I've started to do over there. So I can do all the September readings, all the August readings. I can also do the workshop all together. You'll find it over there under collections. That's like a new feature that has just been unlocked by Patreon, which is hugely helpful because you can find stuff way more easily. I've been actually waiting on this. Shh, Kiki, you're right. So yeah. That's that. And you can cancel it anytime, okay? But it's well worth checking out, I find. There's so much stuff over there. Okay. I really hope this was helpful and insightful to you, my sweethearts. Be well on your way. If I don't see you over on Patreon, I'll hope to see you next time. Be really well. Bye-bye.